Hey. Hey, Mr. Hopkins. So, we are on to physical well-being. The optimal functioning of the body's major physiological system and the avoidance of unhealthy habits and practices. That is a very concise definition you have yourself there. Alright, so I guess I should talk about me, but first I want to address something that is very important. And that important thing is like teenage girls and this whole concept of physical well-being. So you have your girls on teams, you have your girls who do dance like I used to and will continue to do next year, except I was on a 1-year leave this year. And then you have girls who body image is huge. Humongous. Humongous. You could say anything to a girl and she could interpret it as a dig at her at her physical makeup, you know? So, it's like a really sensitive issue. So, the whole thing with like habits and stuff like that, some girls get into bad habits that they think will help their physical well-being, like eating problems and like dieting and unattractive calorie counting and all this other ridiculous stuff, and like taking weight loss pills, which are disgusting because they're just amphetamines in a bottle with Kim Kardashian on the label. But I mean, really, it's ridiculous. So, but in terms of my habits, like I said, I danced forever from when I was 4 to until last year, and then I took a year off this year. I may decide to talk about that later, but that'll be swept under the rug for now. And I think I'll go back next year because it's one of those things where it's like kind of like you've been doing it for so long, you forget, it's just like, and you take it away from yourself and then you realize how much you really loved it, And I mean, I knew I loved to dance and I loved classes and I felt so like invigorated by performing and the choreography and everything, and like things that people wouldn't regularly think that their body could make look so beautiful and things like that, I guess. But still, it's like, I don't know, I think I just needed that. I don't regret taking any time off because I think it was good for me and I've navigated how to physically work in a way that I could still do, and like I became a lot stronger because I like went to the gym and stuff instead. But still, it was like, it was a definite, it was a definite change, but it's a change, and I'll see what I do next year. Maybe I'll do a balance between gym and dance. Most likely not, though, because dance I'll probably do multiple classes and just go the amount of time that I went for the gym, but whatever. So anyways, so that's where I am now, just going to the gym, doing my thing. And then there are things that, like, I don't know. I don't do sports. I just don't, I don't do ball sports. That's what I mean. I don't do things like that. They just, no. Just no. Neither my parents nor my brother, although they all like to be physically active in their own way, they all have their own shtick. None of us. The ball sports were not our thing, my dad said. And he was so happy when I asked him how he felt when he realized that my brother didn't like sports. And he said, Margot, I'm so happy because I would not have wanted to, stay, and pretend to be enthused about, major league sports and stuff, if that's what he was into and things like that. He's like, I did not want to go to any Red Sox games or things. I mean, if he wanted to do it, then I'd come, of course, because I'd be proud of him, but whatever. That's just a little anecdote I have for you. But anyways, so there were points where, how you're at that point where you're on the, okay, that's the direction I moved my hand to get it, where you're, on the brink of, mediocre towards, getting pretty good. I've been at that place with both swimming and running. I guess I was there with dance, but that didn't really, no. Swimming and running were like, I got to that point in 8th grade where I ran an 8.5 minute mile, and I'm like, this is really good. I'm going to keep on doing this. And let me think. Last summer. So yeah, before 9th grade, I ran like every day before the bus for day camp, and I would like I had a little route, and it was great. And then I stopped and I lost the skill, and it just now I'm just at that point where I'm like so much slower, and that's what's hard about like physical things is that you don't realize that when you don't use it, you lose it. And eventually, yeah, it comes back sometimes a lot faster than you think, but sometimes, no, no, no. Like, I know that I used to, that's one, oh, ooh, I don't know what I just did with my computer. Okay. I know that, like, with dance, one thing I had over the other girls is flexibility because if you haven't noticed, I have a complete and total lack of physical coordination. But one thing I could do is bend and stretch, and some of them like were better dancers, but maybe not quite as flexible. So, and then I was like, ha, I got this in the bag. But then when I stopped and didn't do the regular same stretches and stuff like that, I was like so mad at myself and disappointed. And then you also have like the pain, and sometimes, yeah, the pain is good. Feel the pain, feel the burn, yeah. And then sometimes it's like, what am I doing? I'm a moron for not stretching as much as I should have and stuff like that. So you use it or you lose it. So that's where I am now. I'm gonna go back to dance next year. Oh yeah, and I forgot to address the swimming thing. I used to be like a relatively fast swimmer and a strong swimmer too, and there was a summer where I was like lap swimming a lot, and I don't know if I've lost that. I don't really think I have. Swimming is a lot, I think, harder to lose because it's like you're not forgetting how to swim, but you can forget good running techniques and stuff like that. So whatever. Anyhow, both are really great forms of exercise that I'm hoping to get back into and get my skill back a little bit closer to where I left it, along with that whole flexibility thing. But that, I'm not as worried about that. And it's never going to be the way it was. It's never going to be as easy as it was or as good as it was. Actually, no, that's a lie. It can get better, but it just takes a lot longer and it takes a lot more patience with yourself. Also, mentally, you can't beat yourself up about that because I do that and it's just not helpful. Not helpful. It just makes you angry, which distracts you from like realizing where you are at that point. So, in terms of healthy versus unhealthy habits, I'm not gonna lie, everyone eats with their emotions sometimes. I am a tired person, and I just got home Friday after school. I had a rough week. It was really long. I am going to sit with my friends and make some...
Marco, you ready for dinner?
Oh my God, am I ready for dinner? No, I'm not ready for dinner right now. Give me 2 more minutes, please. I know, but I'm doing my wellness creed.
Oh, I don't know if we're going to just go do that.
It takes 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
We're going to eat.
Okay, go ahead. I'll be right there. Sorry, Mr. Hopkins, about that interruption that I already forewarned her about. No big deal. Okay, so anyways, what I was going to say was that everyone eats with their emotions sometimes. That happens. And sometimes you say like, oh, I'm on vacation. I'll get this ice cream sundae or whatever, even though I can't eat that much or else I get nauseous. But whatever. I mean, that happens to the best of us. But I mean, I eat relatively healthy. I mean, I don't like eat a salad every day, but I'm not really into like chips and other things like that. And I don't really drink much soda, even though that for me is an indulgence that I try and avoid indulging myself in because that is one of the number one causes of obesity is actually very high caloric drinks. Not that I'm scared of myself facing obesity because I'm not, but I probably should be because everyone should be because it can happen to anyone. Even Richard Simmons, he can go back to where he was before. Anyways, where am I going? I'm hoping to physically, like I said, develop better running, swimming, and dancing skills. Hoping to get more into salads. Salads Salads are alright, depending on the salad. But I think they're healthy and I think they fill you up a lot more than any other food. So I think they're good to eat before you try and eat like a main course or dessert or something, because then it like takes up room that actually like it gets rid of that actual hunger, so you don't just stuff yourself as much, you know. So I don't know. I mean, everyone has to indulge themselves sometimes, as long as it's just once in a while. So I will see you later, Mr. Hopkins. I hope you indulge yourself on a nice ice cream or something. It's probably nice outside tonight. No, it's kind of rainy. Whatever. All right, I'll see you later. Bye.